see you, man. How are you?
Likewise.
Look at the wheels.
Yeah.
Man, getting picked up at the airport in style. Dang. I could put that in the back seat. I'll take my charger out. Wow, dude. Is this your old one?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it came back.
Oh, yeah, I knew it came back, but I didn't know if it was this one. Oh, you're gonna tell us all about this. Dang, dude, how good does it feel to have this thing back?
It's nice to look at every day.
I bet.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Oh, man.
I haven't purchased it yet. I just get to look at it.
And drive it.
Yeah, just get to drive it.
And drive it. Oh, man, this is nice.
Dude, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Dang. It's been a while since I've been in an E9.
Well, I still have another set of two.
Yeah, I know it. Well, you got rid of the one that was on a rotisserie, right?
I still have it.
Oh, you still have it.
It's just hiding.
Yep.
That's your next project. Take it home with you. Take both of them.
All right, so what's up, guys? Welcome back. I have just flown from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Sacramento, California to see my good friend Sutton Morris, who, as you can see, has style.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, picked me up in style, no less. We'll talk about this car a little bit here shortly. If you're just joining us, I've flown out here to prep a car with Sutton at his shop for the Overcrest Rally in Utah, which is in just under a month,
Yeah.
about a month. So I'm out here for a week. A lot of you guys know I shipped my Euromarket 635 CSI E24 out here, but I also alluded to that might not be the car that we're going on the rally with. So I'm excited to show you guys what I'm doing out here and what we're doing for the next week. For now, hopefully we're gonna grab some food and we'll talk about this special E9 when we do. All right, you know where we're at. All right, you know, every trip to California has to start with In-N-Out right off the plane. You probably never eat here.
I eat here with you and Kyron the most.
Yeah, which we're out here like once a year. So this is your once a year.
Anybody who flies in, that's their immediate route. Like,
Yep. All right, this is really why I came to California. Yeah.
Any excuse.
Yep,
Any excuse to go to In-N-Out Burger.
that's right. Got on a plane, came out here to see Sutton, but also this is it. That's not your grandpa's E9.
No. Definitely not.
All right, so quick rundown. Car's been around since 1993.
Yes.
It's been in your family since that long.
Well, it was for a few years, and then it left for about 10 years and then came back.
Boy, is that the point when it got twin turboed?
It was twin turboed in the 90s. It got the...
In the 90s.
Yeah.
So this thing twin turboed in the 90s.
Yeah.
And we just ripped through the neighborhoods and on the freeways. This thing gets up and goes. It's a ripper. It was sold, and you said last year your phone started going nuts because it suddenly was put on Bring a Trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was after a decade of it being gone?
Yeah, it got sold in about 2006. It was sold on Bring a Trailer in 2012-ish.
Yep.
And then it came back up for sale about a year ago on Bring a Trailer. And I was in bed and 2 o'clock in the morning, and my phone just started going crazy.
People knew it was your car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or affiliated anyway.
Right.
I've never actually officially ever owned this car. My uncle owned it. My father owned it. This is the very first car I ever drove. I drove it on Highway 101 when I was like 13 years old.
That's crazy.
My uncle had to move from one place to another, and they just threw me in the car.
What a story a car like this has, you know?
Currently, it's owned by a very good friend of mine, and it's kind of like on a layaway program, and eventually I'll own it.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, if somebody ever asked me, like, what's your favorite car, this would be the favorite car.
Yeah? Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to own a Miura or a 330 GTC or something.
Yeah, but out of your favorite cars that you've owned and built, and this is it?
This is the one.
Yep. Wow.
Something about driving this just makes you feel good.
I've heard about this car for years, and first time actually seeing it. So to see this thing roll up curbside at the airport was a treat. I knew what car it was the second I saw him rolling up, and the fact that it's on its way back into Sutton's hands is so cool. All right, so I know what's behind this door. I don't know if anyone else does, but if they watch the channel, they do, because a few years ago I came out here with Kayla and we ripped around in this. We got a flat in San Francisco with it and had to fix it and limp it home. Oh yeah.
But it got beat up. I took it on the Overcrest last year. Just fixed that bumper right there like that with a foot. I haven't driven this since the rally.
Man.
Doesn't look promising.
Doesn't look promising?
No.
This car is so sick. So this was not on the after dinner plans, pushing the E9 down the street.
Got it? Yeah.
We got it, thank you. Where are we going? Ay, ay, ay. All right, so what you didn't see on camera was we heard a really loud bang and a lot of smoke in the intersection. It backfired bad, like a loud one. And now we can't get the car started. So I was cranking it. Sutton was looking for signs of, we've got spark to the coil, and then there was no spark to the plugs. And then Sutton took the cap off, and what's in your hand?
Half a rotor. Half a rotor.
Hold your hand out again.
Yeah. Pieces of rotor.
So it grenaded the rotor inside the distributor. Cap, like you said, you're gonna
Cap's
put a cap
okay,
on it.
but yeah.
Yeah, so the rotor disintegrated and just exploded, backfired. So you said you've got someone bringing a cap and rotor?
Yep.
So hopefully we just get a cap and rotor on this thing and she's sorted. Dude, this is literally my relationship with Sutton.
Break cars, fix them.
Always breaking stuff. Every time I come out here, we're always breaking something. Amazing.
Part of the game.
All right, so I didn't film while we were doing that because I was using my phone as a flashlight for your dad. So what happened was his dad brought by a rotor, just a rotor, because that's what grenaded, which none of us have ever seen before. Turns out rotor was for a different M30, like the
standard carbureted CS.
That's right. So the rotor was much shorter than the rotor length we needed. It barely grabbed. It barely sent spark. It would barely run. And it sounded like it was late on the timing, so we advanced the distributor to account for the short rotor. And got
It works. Hey, just don't get in boost.
I know. So we got it running well enough, and I just followed him back in the Mercedes, and yeah, we made it all the way back with a shorter rotor with advanced timing. Just cranked it till the thing sounded good. So we're home. It's day one. This is literally our relationship in a nutshell. I feel like every time I'm out here.
This is my daily life.
I know it is.
Welcome
Yeah.
to my world.
Yeah, but it's my daily life too, so it's bound to happen if I'm out here. So yeah, that's day one. Tomorrow we start work.
Let's take a nap and go break more cars.
Yeah. All right, so this is what's left of the rotor. How many of you have seen this happen?
Never, not once. Never, not once. I've done a lot of shit, but never this.
Good day one. All right, guys, good morning. We are back at Morris Motors, my friend Sutton Morris's shop here in Walnut Grove, California, and we're with an old friend. You guys may remember my 1981 Euro Market 635 CSI. It was in a sad state when I got it. It's in, well, I guess an even more sad state now, but I'm not out here to build this car. And I know a lot of you guys thought that when this thing came out here, we were gonna be doing something with the car, but we're not putting this one back on the road. And being a Euro car, this is a 635 CSI with a dogleg gearbox in it. But unfortunately, the body is super, super tender. Not only are the floors gone, which isn't that big of a deal, the strut towers have a lot of rust, the rear strut towers have a lot of rust. It's really quite a tender car, and it would take a lot to put it back on the road and have it be a safe, solid car again. So since it's got a pretty rare drivetrain, being a dogleg gearbox, we've decided to use that drivetrain in a different car. So Sutton has already pulled this up into the shop a couple weeks ago. As you can see, exhaust is already off of it. The bumper's already off of it. You can see this is a Euro bumper. This was something that I wanted the car for parts if I didn't do anything with it originally, because it is a Euro market car. It's got the Euro bumper, Euro valence. It's got a Euro rear bumper as well and Euro trim. This is Euro specific here as well. So although this Euro 635 will not see the road again, unfortunately, many of its parts will live on in a car that will see the road again. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about that right now. All right, guys, well, here it is, a 1982 733 E23. Now, as many of you guys know, I am an E23 enthusiast. I've had a couple of them. My first one was a US market automatic facelift E23, and the second one was one of my favorite cars I've ever owned. That was a UK market right-hand drive 735 that was fully optioned from England in Cypress Green. And that's the car I sourced a full BBS body kit for, Ronal AC Schnitzer Type 2s, air suspension, and a whole lot of other modifications. That car was featured in Performance BMW magazine, S3, and Fast Car magazine, and definitely holds a place in my heart as one of my favorite cars I've ever owned. So I'm definitely an E23 enthusiast, and this one here somehow got thrown in my path by Sutton here at Morris Motors. And it all started a couple years ago when I was out this way in 2021 on the Rotiform Always Broke trip. We came up here to Walnut Grove to hold our first pop-up meet here at Morris Motors, and Sutton had this thing sitting in the orchard under a tree out behind his house, and it had been sitting there for a few years. It's a car he acquired years ago and hadn't done anything with. Oh, we got lights.
Regret this one day.
I am?
No, I will. When I see how pretty you make this damn car.
Oh, hold on. You got a Mark 1 out here?
I got two of them.
Whoa. Knowing that I was in the E23s, he said, you ought to take that car and you ought to do something with it. Well, that was 2021, and all along we've been kind of behind the scenes contemplating what to do with this car and how to do it. So many of you know that I shipped that 635 out here, but I didn't mention why. Now, all of you guys on the Patreon have known about this car. It was actually the first post I ever made on the Patreon, so you guys already know what's coming. We've decided to take this 7 Series, which has an automatic gearbox in it, and put the 635 CSI dogleg gearbox into this car, essentially building a 733 CSI, which BMW never built. So the CSIs were all 2 doors, and they didn't make a saloon 7 Series CSI. Okay, so I've realized that through this whole episode, I haven't even taken a chance to explain what a dogleg gearbox is. Now, this gearbox was specifically designed for motorsport driving. And what this did was it put second and third gear in line with each other, since those were the 2 gears that you were mostly using out on a road course. So in a dogleg gearbox, first gear is normally to the left and down to you. And then you cross your pattern up to second gear and you can pull straight back for third. So what's really cool about these gearboxes is that they're basically a motorsport gearbox with second and third gear in line with each other, so you can really hammer those 3 gears while out on the track. About 2 years ago, I came out here with my girlfriend Kayla, and we went to Ground Control, who had custom built coilovers for this car, which I didn't post online either. This kind of wasn't deliberate. I just didn't know when we were gonna get to this project. In the rush to make it to the Overcrest Rally in Utah, put all of this stuff to the front burner, which is why I'm out here now. We've got Ground Control coilovers already in it. Now, you guys already know I can't have anything too nice, so as you can see, it's pretty rough around the edges. It's got some dings and some dents. The paint's not perfect, which I obviously love, but it hasn't been on the road for a long time. So that's why I'm out here in California. We have 1 week to get this car transformed and ready for a drive, not only to Utah, but to survive a rally for 3 days and then drive on to Chattanooga, Tennessee from there. This is going to be a wild trip. So stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety. Sutton and the boys are ready to help, even though they've got a lot on their plate too. I think they're prepping 2 other cars for the Overcrest Rally as well. So thank you guys so much for watching and for all of the support. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more of this E23 project come together. We'll see you in the next episode.